Hi. In the previous week or program, we have talked about the threats and the opportunities that Corona has created for Turkey, not in the Middle East, also globally, also in the Northern Africa, also in the Yemen and Europe. These kind of things we have talked about. We have described why this is going to create an opportunity for Turkey in the long run, and how is Turkey is going to use it in order to increase its presence in the Middle East and Northern Africa and other countries. Now, in this program, we want to talk about is Corona going to create an administration change in 2023 elections in Turkey? Why we are thinking this and why we want to talk about this? Because we are now seeing that the nationalism in Europe is increasing, and like in the US, there is a great opportunity for the opposition parties to win the elections or the forthcoming elections. We are seeing that the European Union is not going to be effective as it was before. Even before it wasn't so effective, but now because of the lack of solidarity within the Union, Italy, Spain, Portuguese, Greece and other countries, especially the much weaker countries in terms of economy, are going to create problems within the Union, which is going to create a lot of cracks, but it's not going to dissolve as a union I'm speaking of, but it's going to increase, or the nationalism is going to increase within the union, and this is going to create, or this is going to put pressure on Turkey. And in all this context, we are now thinking how this is going to affect the elections in 2023 in Turkey. So without further delay, let's start. Now, Turkey, as we said, is going to increase its presence, especially the military operations in the Middle East, in the Northern Africa, in the Eastern Mediterranean, especially, even in the Black Sea. So this is going to, it means that the economy is going to be met with the hardships, especially when we are going to see a lot of, we are expecting 1 or 2 million at least immigrations from let's say Syria up until to Afghanistan. In that region, we expect all these people coming to Turkey and also to Europe, some. And this means a lot of economic burdens are going to put pressure on Turkish economy. However, we see that, and I had to say it from the beginning, so you will not miss the point. The President Erdogan's party, AKP, and the national parties are going to, or remain in the administration. They are going to remain in the office. They will keep the office. Why I do believe that? Because I see, as first, I am seeing the nationalism in the Europe increasing. This is going to create an anti-nationalism in Turkey, which means that if you are going to put pressure on Turkey, the Turkish peoples are going to feel that they are discriminated, and they are going to turn around and they will feel more nationalistic, or they are going to create more nationalistic ideas, and this is going to add more votes to President Erdogan, AKP party, and also Nationalist Party, which in together will remain in the office. The second thing is that there will be a lot of, in my idea, gains for Turkey. Because the health service is much more better than Iran. Why I am saying that? Because in Turkey, in the Middle East, in Northern Africa, there is only one country that can really compete with Turkey. This is Iran. Not because of the history, but really Iran is a very powerful and big country. But the Iran lackness compared with Turkey is at first the health services. Second is the economy. The oil and gas prices are low. Even with this low, nobody wants to buy really, and this is going to create a lot of problems to Iran. Second, the health service is going to create a lot of problems to Iran. Why? Now we are seeing that a lot of foreign country soldiers, let's say in Roosevelt aircraft, in Charles de Gaulle, they have coronaviruses. They are leaving their posts, which means that soldiers in the Middle East, Northern Africa is going to leave their post. The navies in the petrol are going to leave their posts, mostly, not altogether, but which means that these power vacuum needs to be filled, and this is only Iran and Turkey. In that regard, because the health system in Iran is less, or comparatively weak to Turkey, This is going to add more burden to Iranian economy, which, because the oil and gas is very low in prices, this is going to create more burden to foreign military operations for Iran in other countries, where Turkey is going to can make more than Iran. I know that the Turkish economy is also have a great burdens on the economy, but compared to Iran, it's one or two levels up or better. That's why I believe that Turkey is going to gain a lot of benefits in this coronavirus time. That's why the people, compared to other countries, is going to feel a little bit more confident to Erdogan's party, AKP, and nation's parties and their joint ventures. And secondly, we have to also remember that with what I have mentioned in the previous video program is that there will be a lot of immigrations. Immigrations means a lot of economic burden to a country. This is true in terms of economy, but I believe Turkey is going to, or has already been doing, but they are going to print money, because Turkey, although there is a great pressure on the government, neglects, rejects, or at least tries to postpone to some time further to have an agreement with IMF. And they are going to print money, it means, and we are hearing that they are really printing monies, at least from the ATMs. My friends from Turkey are telling me that they are seeing brand new banknotes in the machines, which means or indicates that really the Central Bank of Turkey is printing money, which is good. But how it's distributed is a program that I have said in the previous videos, that they are providing this money to the companies. They should not. They should really send a check to everybody's Turkish identity numbers, and in addition to their bank accounts. Then it will be really meaningful. If you send it to the companies, companies will not spend it on for their employees. They will spend it for their own yachts and other things. This is Turkey. We are not talking about Europe and America. In Turkey, these businessmen are not going to really spend anything for their employees. They will show a couple of guys they are spending this, but 90 to 95%, if not 99%, is going to be spent for their own wallets. That's why, in that regard, the AKP government is doing this wrong. Either you like it or not, but this is the fact. So, because of all these pluses and minuses, we do believe in 2023 the AKP government, including with the support of the Nationalist Party, is going to still remain in the office. And there is another thing that we should, without any further delay, we should also remind this: the opposition parties incapabilities also cause a great problem on the opposition parties' constituents. Why I'm saying this? Because really the opposition parties cannot create methods or ways to connect with the people. The opposition parties' leaders cannot win the hearts and the minds of the people. If you win those both, you are going to win the elections. It's always that you have to reach the hearts and the minds of the people, but you don't. The opposition parties are not showing solidarity with the Turkey and the Turkey's national, I will say, matters, security or economic matters. They are always opposing and opposing and opposing. I know I can understand, because I don't agree also some of or most of the things that the government is doing at this time. But for the good things, they are not coming up or standing and saying, yes, that's true, we need to do, we will support you. No. They don't. They are always opposing, and people are tired seeing this. So what I am trying to say is that unless the opposition parties change their strategy, change their politics, and the Republic of the People's Party, the People Party means you are always with the people, but we are not. I am also, I do vote for the People's Republic of Party, but I never see or think or start even believing that we are really thinking about the people. We are only thinking about other things, which is another video's topic. But we have to win the people's mind. I am not saying that the government is always doing the right thing. Mostly they are doing the wrong thing. But our party's lackness is winning the hearts and the minds of the people. We can't. You have to show that you are with the people. There are two great examples for this, which is one of them is the Ankara municipality and the Istanbul municipality. They are both one-board parties, but the Ankara municipality leader is from the Nationalist Party. He has chosen to go to the elections with the Republic of People's Party. Because of his identity and background, the AKP and also Nationalist Party are not really against his actions. Of course, they are against him, but in somehow he has managed to connect with the people. That's why the AKP and the Nationalist Party's disagreements or protests against him do not seem to be working at all. Now, when we are looking at Ekrem İmamoğlu, who is the municipality leader of Beylikdüzü, now he's the municipality leader of Istanbul, we can't see him doing a lot of things. And also there's one more thing about the Istanbul and the winning Istanbul. The People's Republic, the People's of Republic Party has somehow entered into coalition with the HDP, which is the pro-PKK party, I would say. And because of this, really there is a great, I will say, feelings against him in Istanbul. Also, we can't see a lot of things that he is not achieving. There is also true that the government is doing everything to stop what Ekrem İmamoğlu is trying to do. He has trying to also set up a donation campaign, but the government entered and said, no, I am not going to do this. The government is doing here is trying to cancel this or trying to stop this, because he knows that if you do these kind of things, you are going to at least somehow manage to access or enter the minds and the hearts of the people, because he has done the same in the past. That's why he can remain in the offices. That's why he is doing this. That's 100% correct, I will say, in my perception. But on the other hand side, if you can't do that, you have to do other things. You can go to the internet, you can go to YouTube, I will say, or other social medias, and you can create some other donations which the people, and you can connect with them, and you can ask them to send donations to their party or to their bank accounts, so on and so forth. And by doing this, you will somehow access still the people's mind and hearts. But he can't. He just stopped there. He said he's always mourning about, claiming that he has been stopped and so on and so forth, and really not doing so much. That's why in Istanbul I am predicting that if this goes like that, yes, there will be some loss of credits for AKP, but also more for İmamoğlu too. So these kind of things is not creating a trust by the people to the People's of Republic of Party. That's why we are seeing that whatever or whoever the leader is, unless the Republic of People's Party is going to change their minds and build their, I will say, policies and strategies, taking the people as a center and building their policies on the people, they are not going to win any elections. That's simple as it is. And are they doing this? Totally not. They are not doing this. At least there was, since I am now 40, let's say around 45 years old, and they are not doing this. They are always saying that the Turkish left side campaigns, they can only win between 25 to 30% of the people's votes. It's incredibly wrong, incredibly wrong. It's the foolish things I have ever seen. It's only for the people who know that they are not going to be successful and trying to create excuses for keeping their positions wherever it is. Successful people never create excuses. They only create ways, plans, strategies, new plans, new things, determination, and these kind of things. And that's the likeness in our parties. But I mean, there are a couple of things now. As a short story, I mean, long story short. The likeness in the opposition parties is going to help AKP and President Erdogan's party, let's say, to keep the position. The nationalism in global arena is going to help AKP and Nationalist Party to keep their coalition and remain in the position in the administration. The fight, especially, or the bird and the economic fight, the military operations, and all the developments that will take place in the Mediterranean region, including the Iraq, Iran, MENA, or Saudi Arabia, United Arab Emirates, Egypt, Tunisia, Libya, is going to help nationalism rising up in Turkey, and is going to also increase the AKP and also nationalist parties' votes in Turkey too. The burdens that AKP is going to, or the threats that they are going to meet, is the economic ones, but by printing money they can really overcome that. And what we are seeing, that really the gains in future is going to give people, after 21 third quarter, I will say, going to give people confidence, and they will forget all their burdens that they had once. And after 21 third, I will say, quarter to fourth quarter, or 22nd, beginning of 22nd, we will see that the AKP government is going to increase their votes, and in the surveys we are going to see that they are really going to remain in the office as it is. If you like this video, there's a like button underneath the screen, please press on it, and also if you subscribe yourself to our channel, you will see the bell ring. We will be again happy to share our videos at first video. Thank you for watching it. Please keep safe, keep at home, and see you next time. Have a great day. Bye.